Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. We now have a Discord. It's just getting started, but we have some future plans coming, like events for Discord members and Patreon members. Time for another dive into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Leonardo. The chosen leader of the team, Leonardo is both wise and charismatic. Though he loves his brothers, he does tend to have problems with those who have unique personalities. Michelangelo and Raphael. In battle, Leo wields a pair of katana, allowing him both speed and defense. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook and Monsters of the Multiverse. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are multi-classing, so watch those minimums if you use another system. Make Wisdom 15, Dex 14, Charisma 13, Con 12, Strength 10, and we're going to have to dump Intelligence with an 8. I don't want to, I just have to, but don't worry, we'll fix it later. Leonardo is a humanoid turtle. Turtle from Monsters of the Multiverse is so perfect we know exactly why wizards made this lineage. Hold Breath lets you hold your breath for up to 1 hour. Natural Armor gives you an AC of 17 because of your shell, which makes you too big to wear armor. Claws makes your unarmed strikes 1d6 plus your strength modifier in slashing damage. Nature's Intuition gives you a free skill, grab Stealth. Shell Defense lets you withdraw into your shell with an action. This causes your AC to receive a +4 bonus, and you have advantage on strength and con saving throws. But you are now prone, your speed is 0, it can't be increased, you have disadvantage on dex saving throws, you can't take reactions, and the only thing you can do is a bonus action to emerge from your shell. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and 2 more of your choice. For background, place +2 into Dex and +1 into Charisma. For your origin feat, Alert makes you always ready for battle. You now add your proficiency bonus to your initiative rolls, and you can switch places in the initiative order with a willing ally if both of you aren't incapacitated. For skills, grab Perception and Insight. To finish out your background, take proficiency in these tools to help you get into places. Level 1 fighters start things off with 2 skills. Grab Acrobatics and Athletics. You are proficient in all weapons, shields, armor, and the saving throw Strength and Con. Fighting Style gives you a Fighting Style feat. For this feat, 2-weapon fighting lets you add your damage modifier to a second weapon you are holding. Second Wind lets you shrug off damage by healing yourself with a bonus action by 1d10 plus your fighter level. You can do this twice per long rest, but regain 1 use after a short rest. Weapon Mastery improves your weapon skills. At the end of a long rest, you choose 3 weapons you are proficient with, and now when you use them, you can use their weapon mastery property. For some weapon masteries you'll use, Scimitars and Daggers give you Nick, which allow you to attack with 2 light weapons using the same action, freeing up your bonus action. Darts give you Vex, which gives you advantage on your next attack against a creature you've hit with this weapon before the end of your next turn. By the way, yes, we're using Scimitars for our katana, even though katana should be long swords, but we need the speed, so we're going with this. Level 1 monks begin with Unarmored Defense. Your AC when not wearing armor or using a shield is 10 plus your Dex modifier plus your Wisdom modifier. Martial Arts improves your unarmed strikes. Now when not wearing armor or wielding a shield, simple melee weapons and martial weapons that have the light property are now monk weapons. You can use your dex for your attack and damage to your unarmed strikes and monk weapons. You can make an unarmed strike with a bonus action, and your unarmed strikes and monk weapons use your martial arts dice for damage, which is a d6. Level 2 fighters gain Action Surge. You can give yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Tactical Mind lets you use Second Wind when you fail a skill check, adding the d10 to the check, and if you still fail, you don't burn the use of Second Wind. Level 3 fighters now have access to their subclass. Battle Master from the player's handbook is going to make you the perfect fighter. Combat superiority grants you superiority dice, which are 4d8s per short or long rest. You can use these to perform special maneuvers. Student of War gives you one more skill from fighter, take survival, and proficiency in an artisan tool of your choice. I take smith's tools to maintain and make new weapons. For your maneuvers, ambush costs 1 superiority dice, which you can add to an initiative roll or stealth check. Parry lets you use your reaction to spend 1 superiority dice when you are hit with an attack, decreasing the damage by the superiority dice plus your dex modifier. Repose costs 1 superiority dice that you can spend as a reaction when a creature misses you with a melee attack, allowing you to attack back. If you hit, you add the superiority dice to the damage. That is probably the first time I'm able to say repos without calling it repose. Seriously, you know how many times I have to repeat myself? I just give up after some point. Level 4 fighters earn our first ability score improvement. Place this into intelligence to quickly get rid of that negative. You now have 3 uses of second wind and up to 4 weapon masteries. You've hit character level 5, raise your proficiency bonus to +3. Level 5 fighters unlock extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Tactical shift allows you to move up to half your speed when you use second wind, and this movement doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. Level 6 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Let's grab a feat. Inspiring Leader from the player's handbook is going to raise the morale of your brothers. Firstly, this adds +1 to your wisdom, and then you can give a bolstering performance. Now when you finish a short or long rest, you can give an inspirational speech, giving up to 6 allies within 30 feet of you that witness the speech. Temporary HP equal to your character level plus your wisdom modifier. Level 7 Battle Master fighters learn Know Your Enemy. With a bonus action, you can now choose one creature you can see within 30 feet, and now you will know their vulnerabilities, resistances, and immunities. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. You also now have 5 superiority dice. For your new maneuvers, Evasive Footwork lets you spend 1 superiority dice as a bonus action to disengage and add the superiority dice to your AC until the start of your next turn. Fainting Attack lets you, as a bonus action, spend 1 superiority dice and choose one creature within 5 feet of you. You have advantage on your next attack this turn against that creature, and you will add your superiority dice to the damage if you hit. Level 8 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Start raising dex for better attack, damage, and stealth. Your character level 9, bring your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 9 fighters receive Indomitable. You can now reroll 1 failed saving throw per long rest. Tactical Master lets you change the weapon mastery property to weapons you've chosen. For what you can change this to, Push pushes a creature back you've hit with this weapon by 10 feet. Slow reduces the speed of a creature you've hit with this weapon by 10 feet, but it can never be lower than 10 feet. Sap gives a creature hit by this weapon disadvantage on their next attack before the start of your next turn. Level 10 Battlemaster fighters unlock improved combat superiority, turning your superiority dice into D10s. For your new maneuvers, Disarming Attack lets you spend 1 superiority dice when you hit a creature with a melee attack. You add the superiority dice to the attack and then force a strength save, knocking an item out of their hand if they fail. Lunging Attack costs 1 superiority dice, and you can dash as a bonus action. If you move at least 5 feet in a straight line and then attack, you can add the superiority dice to the damage of the attack. You now have 4 uses of second wind and up to 5 weapon masteries. Level 11 fighters gain another extra attack, bringing your total attacks up to 3 per attack action. Level 12 fighters earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Dex. You're now character level 13, bump up your proficiency bonus to +5. Level 13 fighters now have 2 uses of Indomitable per long rest. Studied Attacks helps you when you whiff on an attack. Now when you miss with an attack, you have advantage on your next attack against the same creature you missed before the end of your next turn. Level 14 fighters earn another ability score improvement, bring wisdom up once more. Level 15 Battlemaster fighters are relentless. Once per turn, when you use a maneuver, you can now use a D8 instead of a superiority dice. You now have 6 superiority dice. For your maneuvers, Tactical Assessment lets you add 1 superiority dice to a history, investigation, or insight check. Precision Attack lets you spend 1 superiority dice when you miss with an attack, adding the dice to the attack to try and turn the miss into a hit. Level 16 fighters earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Wisdom. You now have up to 6 weapon masteries. You're at the final milestone, character level 17. Max out your proficiency bonus at +6. Level 17 fighters now have 2 uses of Action Surge and 3 uses of Indomitable. Level 18 Battlemaster fighters get their final subclass feature, Ultimate Combat Superiority. Your superiority dice are now D12s. For your final maneuvers, take what you want. You get 2 more, and that's it. Our final level is level 19 fighter, and you earn an epic boon. You can now take any feat in the game, including epic boon feats. For your boon, Boon of Combat Prowess adds +1 to Dex, and then when you miss with an attack, you can instead hit. You can do this once per turn. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 10, Dex 21, Con 12, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 20, Charisma 14. Your total class levels are Fighter 19, Monk 1. Let's dive in. You are a whirlwind in combat. Wielding scimitars, you can attack 4 times normal, 7 times with an action surge. You're dealing 1d6 +5 slashing damage, can add d12s to this. You're adding +11 + 1d12 to your initiative, can hit if you want to, and add different effects. You're also a great leader by granting your team 25 temporary HP. Finally, you're pretty tough to deal with. Your AC is 20, you can heal yourself, can reroll failed saves, and your total health taking the average is over 140. Downside. Not much here really. Your health could be a lot better. Over 140 HP isn't that much, but you have a high AC and can heal. Range can be an issue, but you can grab a ranged weapon, it will be fine. So lead your brothers into battle against the foot, and remember, even though Raphael can be a pain, he is your brother. So don't fly off the handle when he does. I'd like to thank my Artificer tier. Thank you John Martin, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, and Daniel Saftler. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.